Good morning, hockey fans, and welcome to Triad Media's coverage of the 2026 Division I Regional High School Hockey Tournament. Coming to you from the Yarmouth Mariners Center. My name's David Doucette. With me today, Mark O'Connell. This game and all the games brought to you by Wilson's Home Hardware. For game 1 of 5 on our Saturday, trying to determine which two teams will hit Championship Sunday at 11:30. Our opening matchup, hometown Yarmouth Vikings versus the visiting team today, Avon View Avalanche. Should be a good game, Mark. Avon View certainly has been in tight in both their opening two games.
Yeah, it's a 1 seed versus a 5 seed, so it might not on paper seem as much, but Avon View gave up the lead early both games yesterday and was losing, albeit only by 1 each time after the first 2 periods, and made a third period comeback in both times. But yeah, made it interesting, and Yarmouth can put the puck in the net. They can put some points on the board.
As you said, Avon View 2-0, 1 win in regulation, 2-1. The other one in overtime, 2-1. Yarmouth on the other side are 0-2 with 1 loss in overtime, a 4-3 overtime loss, and a 7-3 loss to Parkview. So it'll be interesting to actually see what's going to happen here.
We're assuming that the Vikings are going to start Oriel Guino. That seems to be their go-to guy all the time. And we've been told by the Avon View coaching staff that the goalies are going to rotate for no reason. They don't take into consideration who they're playing or what the game happens to be. So we're expecting Jack Davies in net for Avon View and Oriel Guino for Yarmouth.
And in terms of players, well, talking again about these teams, are the 1 and 5 seed, Avon View, a perfect record in the regular season. 15-0, first place, 45 points. Yarmouth, 10th place, 3 wins, 13 losses, 2 overtime losses for 9th place. And against the D1 opponents, or the common opponents that they have here in this tournament, once again, a perfect record for Avon View, 6-0 for 18 points. Yarmouth, no wins, 7 losses, and 1 overtime loss for 1 point. On paper, this looks like it could be a one-sided game. However, Yarmouth has, I think, been playing better than advertised so far in the tournament. And Avon View has come out, although speedy, not putting the puck in the net to the extent that they normally would. They're keeping the puck out of the net to that same stretch that they have been, that 1.5 goals against it, team goals against average. It's the scoring that they haven't been able to do, and I know they'd like to get out of that here today ahead of a potential Sunday championship game.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't call Avon View's first couple of games sluggish. They're taking the play to the opponents. They faced 2 very good goalies, and they're facing another one today too, so you never know. Yarmouth's got 3 players with more points than anybody on Avon View's team. They've got 3 in the top 13, and it's the same 3 we talk about all the time, Aldred Saunier and Declan Fitzgerald, and Yarmouth's deadly on the power play. Avon View can stay out of the box and not give up that extra room on the ice give Yarmouth an extra man for the 5-on-4. We've got a game here. It's probably not your typical 1 versus 5.
That being said, Avon View certainly doesn't play a rugged style of game. They play a fast game. They play a skating game, a forechecking, backchecking game, a team defense game. They roll out 3 lines. It doesn't seem to matter who comes out. You're going to get the same thing.
They're more disciplined than Yarmouth from what we've seen. Not a lot of foolish penalties, not a lot of stuff behind the play. So chances are they're not going to give Yarmouth an exorbitant number of power play chances.
I'd say from a size perspective, it's really just Leopold on Avon View that.
And he uses that size on offense,
yes,
clogging up the crease, banging in rebounds, mostly at speed.
Halliburton and Fitzgerald will take the opening face-offs for the respective teams. Some last-minute adjustments by Jake Sanford. Sanford's going to start on defense again, as we've seen that happen. Yarmouth in game number 1, late in the game, losing normal defenseman Sam Green to a collarbone injury.
Yeah, we saw partway through the second game, Sanford dropping back to the point to cover in, and it looks like they're going forward with that again.
Nippard up to Fitzgerald. That's going to get put back in. Fitzgerald grabs it quickly, reverses it back. Cullen Fitzgerald picks it up. Avon View right on top of it, and they're going the other way. Halliburton slides it over to Cook. Quick shot. That one sails wide. And up into the mesh. We're not trying to bring the face-off into the Yarmouth zone.
That face-off deflected up and over. It was.
Yeah, it might have hit the dasher and then gone up.
Yep.
I'm going to apologize straight off here. 5 games yesterday has my voice not sounding the way it normally does. Let's see if I work it out through today's games.
A little bit of silence never hurt anybody.
That's true, especially from me. Puck worked up along the side wall. Both teams banging away from it. Yarmouth does pull it out of the pile. Flipping a shot into the center ice, and Popma's going to fire it right back in. Aldred picks it up for the Vikings. Goes cross ice. That pass picked off. Letson right in the way. There's a shot off the iron. Under a minute off the iron for Avonview.
Early chance. Not the guy you want to give the puck to in the top of the slot all alone.
Popma gets the puck down deep along the side. Cross ice pass. That goes off of a stick. Breaking out the other way. Wallace can't get it in time as Ledson comes in. Ledson carries the play behind the net, taking a look. Drops it off for Miller. Miller didn't really see that one coming. Gets back to it though, finds it to the blue line. Hangs on. Back to Ledson. Back to, Miller, that was picked off nicely by Aldred. He's read that play. Pemberton gets it down low. Back to the top of the slot. Avonview able to make changes during this play. Cook coming in deep, trying to center it. Knocked off by Churchill. Churchill can't play the puck. Up along the near side. Wallace digging for it. Miller gets it back to Fry. Fry slides a pass over. There's a shot. Goal! Number 16, Clark Dykins, as the early 1 minute and 45 seconds of constant pressure from Avonview pays off quickly.
Yeah, great pass from Fry to set up across the front of the crease. It's early, and prior to that goal, they only had one shot on net and one really good scoring chance, but the pressure was constant. It looked like a 5-on-4 power play.
And one really good hit post.
Yep, it really did.
Avonview gets the face off. Hook around center ice. Fitzgerald dumps it in. Back into the Yarmouth zone. Phillips goes cross ice. That's knocked down by D'Entremont. It was a high stick. He knew he couldn't play it. Picking it up is Fry. Fry taking off the play. Leopold grabs it. Pops it back to Phillips at the point. Phillips goes cross ice. McCausland with it. His shot towards the net, and Guino makes a save. McCausland picks it up and dumps it in deep.
Yarmouth has yet to control the puck for any of the play.
Leopold saw a quick shot. Goal! Off the rebound. Leopold picks up the puck, and an early second goal just 2.5 minutes into period number 1.
Leopold owns the front of the opposition's net, be it from the crease, part way back to get a little bit of scoring room. We saw him pull the puck back to his skates and roof it the other day. Really dangerous in front of the other net. This is a quick 2-0 lead.
This is the quick start Avonview wanted. This also, and we'll talk in a second because Cook's coming in now. It also comes something we talked about off camera, and that is anytime you've got these 9 a.m. starts, you really have to wonder which team is going to wake up. And will the home team, the team sleeping in their own beds, have an advantage over the hotel team? And we both thought that really didn't matter. It's more about the age than it is that. And it certainly seems like Avonview woke up ready to play this morning.
This is how they started the last 2 games too. They're just getting the puck behind the goalie. They were really stymied in the first 2 games yesterday.
Nippert circles back behind the net. Hard off the boards, looking for Maskeen. Good pinch in there by Popma. Popma trying to work it forward, but Aldred comes away with it. He'll chip it into the neutral zone. Ryland Kerrigan with it. He's got Popma on the near side. Popma dumps it in deep, and the complete Avonview Avalanche team goes for a change.
It's pretty rare a team's up 2 before you mention their goaltender's name.
Coming back the other way is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald carrying some speed down the far side. Good active stick in there by McDonald to knock it away. Pass in front, and Davies flips that away with the paddle.
They created a scoring chance with Colin Fitzgerald in the slot.
Puck taken out. Fitzgerald's going to get a penalty as he's digging for the puck and got it tangled in. And sometimes he's mad about the penalties. This one would be more just frustrated with himself. He knew what he did right away.
He absolutely did. He didn't even turn to look at the official. He just went into it. And here's that goal going across. Leopold just roofs it. Or was that Dykins? That was Dykins' goal.
Yeah, I think that was Dykins.
Yeah, that was the pass across from Fryer.
Face off inside the Yarmouth zone. Chance for Avalanche to go up 3. Phillips with a soft pass cross ice. Ledson gets it right back to Phillips, who goes down low to Miller. Going around the horn, taking a look. Top of the slot. Phillips loses control for a moment, but then regains and gets it to Miller. Miller to Leopold now. Back to Miller. Miller takes his turn at the slot. Top of the point. One-timer shot. That one sails wide. Fry was set up for that one-time pass low to high, and he just missed.
And he let it go quickly. It was perfect. He was probably a couple edges outside. It was so quick, it wrapped all around the boards and ended up being a clearing attempt for the Vikings.
Breaking out. Got Miller. That's going to be offside. I'm going to blame Miller on that one. He didn't do much at the line. Fry needed to just hold off that millisecond more.
Fry took off, I think, expecting the pass at the blue line, but sorry, that didn't work out that way. And that's the end of your power play shift. New line rolls out.
Face off outside the Yarmouth blue line, controlled by the Avalanche. On the near side to Pemberton. Pemberton's got some room, so he gets into the Yarmouth zone. Carries it in. Cullen Fitzgerald, potentially lucky he didn't get a tripping call on that. Back behind the net, Corkum. Corkum gets it out to McDonald. Slides it over to Dykins. Pemberton's going to move down. There he is. Pemberton down, looking in front, takes a shot. He's going for that top short side. Misses it. Back to the point, back to Pemberton on the near side. Pemberton comes in, cross ice, looking for the one-timer, but McKenzie couldn't get enough of the stick on it. Pemberton slides in, but the weak angle shot gets hung on to nicely by Guino. Guino
shuts down the short side, and face-offs over onto his right.
Face off, back to the point. Back behind the net, Yarmouth gains control. We're ripping it around the boards. Pemberton looking to pinch. Great stick work along the sideboards there by Cushing to deflect the puck down the ice. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. One last rush, and coming up with it hard is McDonald. McDonald's got 2 players with him. There's a shot right into the belly of Guino.
The far side was open, hit him right in the gut. 13 seconds left on the Fitzgerald minor.
Face-off inside with just 13 seconds, as you said, so a good face-off win would get Avenue an opportunity to set up. Face-off, controlled by Yarmouth, flipped down the ice, and that should effectively kill off the power play opportunity for the Avalanche.
Jack Davies gets to touch the puck.
Popma loses it, dumped back in by Saunier. Leopold slides the pass over to Kerrigan. Kerrigan up the line to Halliburton. Halliburton kind of got stuck between Fitzgerald, Saunier, and even if he wanted to ride the line, it wasn't going to happen.
No, I thought he dumped it in. I thought he got rid of it and was trying to circle back around and tag up, but I guess they're saying he crossed the blue line with it.
I agree. Based on the replay we just saw, it looked like he did dump it in, and
he did.
I think the linesman was calling the offside that was about to happen.
It was going to happen for sure, but I think he knew it was going to be offside too.
Avenue coming back the other way. They'll throw it in deep. Up on the near side, Sanford with it. Loses it in the corner. Corkum stops, avoids, but then loses it to Gates. Gates rips it around the board. Saunier tips it up, hitting a glove on those low overhanging gloves that tend to touch every puck that goes near a bench.
Yeah, the older you get, the more tired you get. You sit down on the bench, but if you're going to stand and lean over, it's going to hit you now and again. Faceoff's going to come back into the Viking zone to the right of Guino.
Leopold back on. He'll take a face-off against Aldred. Face-off to the right of Guino on the far side. Won nicely by Aldred back. Leopold, though, gets right into it, and Aldred tries to dump it out. Held in nicely at the line. Back behind the net, Leopold. Somebody's lost a neck guard.
Is that what that is?
Pass in front. Leopold trying to slide it out, but And that's going to be a retaliatory penalty to Clark Dykins, who did not like the way he was being guarded in front of the net and responded with a very big stick.
Boy, and if he had made contact, he might be gone for that. He swung that stick. He got head contact for it. Could have been high sticking.
Honestly, it is surprising he only got two for a head contact for that.
And it's only two. That was a swinging stick.
Yarmouth with an opportunity here in the first period with a power play. Seeing the replay there, I'm going to stick with what we're saying. I have no idea why that's not for.
It was retaliatory. It wasn't by mistake in any way.
It wasn't.
And he took a swing at his head.
It wasn't a hockey play, really.
No.
Gates behind the net.
He was getting roughed up, and he didn't like it. Okay.
Yeah, it was a retaliation. Fitzgerald in front, all the way back to Gates at the point. Gates looking for a line. There's a shot. Nice save by Davies. Back to Gates. Gates slides it over to Aldred. Aldred likes to set up. Gates with a shot. Rebound sitting underneath him. He can't find it. Falls down. And finally, the referee loses sight. He thought he had it. He was standing up, the puck squarely between his legs in the crease.
And I don't know how he knew it was there. Maybe it was the defenseman or something that just got out of the way. And you see, he scooted to his left so as not to kick it back into his own net. Here's your Wilson Group replay.
Zebra might be in the way. Let's find out.
He makes the save, but it's just sitting there. And you can see the official staring at it. He's not going to blow it. Oh, Yarmouth almost pounced on it. Got one.
Face off back to the point. Gates gets it over to Aldred. Aldred moves to the middle. Switches sides with Gates. I think Aldred's going to get where he usually goes, which is right there. Looking for the one-timer, potentially, on a cross-ice pass. Back to the point. Over to Gates. Avon happy to stay in that box and say, we'll keep you outside all day long. Yarmouth not putting in one in front of the goaltender. Quick shot by Aldred. That one rips high. You're going to miss from there. You're going to end up clearing the zone yourself, and that's exactly what happened.
Especially with a rolling puck, it doesn't stop.
Saunier gains some speed down the near side. Rips a cross-ice pass. Getting there first is going to be Kerrigan, and he'll rip it right back down the ice. 27 seconds to go in the power play opportunity for the Vikings. Fitzgerald makes a nice move to avoid a forecheck, loses control momentarily, then is bumped by Ledson. Missing that pass is mysterious number 17.
Yeah, I'm going to work on that.
I'm thinking somebody forgot their uniform. Who haven't we called that would be a... I think it's going to be Grant. I bet you it's, if we don't see another 15, I'm going to bet it's Owen Grant.
Okay.
I'm going to call him Grant for now. Grant with the shot through a crowd. Nice save, Davies. Rebound, and the net's probably off. Yes, it is. I saw the goaltender push. Fitzgerald and Popma getting a little bit of a pushing match. Yarmouth with at least some shots.
All those episodes of Columbo paying off. 17's helmet says 12. Carter Romero.
Carter Romero. I'm glad you can see that from here. I can't.
I didn't want to put it that way.
All right, so Amiro is 17, and we'll make fun of him for forgetting his shirt at home.
Yeah.
High up off the glass, Amiro can't hold the line. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Good work by Dykins to pick that free. There's a shot. And that's, I think, off the crossbar and up into the mesh.
Oh, into the mesh. Okay. I didn't hear a thing, and it didn't look like he had beat Guido. He was in perfect position to the right, but yeah, up and off the iron and into the mesh and out.
Face off into the corner. Oh, nice centering pass in front, but it jumped over two sticks, including Dykins. Back behind the net, Yarmouth gaining control. Cross ice pass goes off the heel of Maskeen. Fry's going to get there. No, he's not. Good work in there by Cullen Fitzgerald to dig that puck free and try to get it out. Still banging at it. Finally they get it out.
He finally got it out.
Phillips to Dykins. Dykins with a move to the outside. Looking in front. Trying the backhand short side shot. That is a shot of preference. One-timer. Blocker save. Guino.
Dykins had nothing to shoot at, and he knew it.
Pass in front, taken out behind the net. And Guino covers that loose puck up for a whistle with 4:54 to go.
Shots are 8-4 for Avon View. 2-0 lead.
Yarmouth with a little bit of pressure and a couple shots on net during that power play. Able to at least tilt the ice a little bit back to a more neutral setting after that blistering start that the Avalanche had in the first 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, both teams have sort of calmed down and came back to a bit of an equilibrium here, but the 5-on-4 is definitely going to be Yarmouth's advantage.
D'Entremont, nice pass up through the middle, skipping it forward to Doucette. Doucette bangs into the boards, loses the puck. Coming back the other way is McDonald. McDonald on the near side to McKenzie, picks it up off the wall and dumps it in deep. Guino stops it, takes a look, slides it backwards. Could be a bad opportunity there. Good work by Yarmouth, seeing the danger and thwarting the danger.
Yeah, Max Gates to the rescue.
McDonald comes in, quickly stops, back to the blue line. Looking for shooting lane, goes cross ice instead. McKenzie passing in front, banged away nicely. Good work by Gates, jamming up the front of the crease. Back down low to McKenzie. McKenzie cross ice. Pemberton's going to get it. He's on his backhand, slips a pass over. Swing and a miss by number 9, Halliburton.
Just missed the long stretch pass there to Jaden D'Entremont.
Yarmouth looking to make changes, peeling away. Lead pass the other way goes off the tip of the stick of Miller, and Yarmouth gets it back out. Ledson fires it right back in. Guino stops it there for Nippert. Nippert loses it, wraparound attempt, good save by Guino. Good vision. Puck back into along the wall, both teams fighting for it. Wallace digs it out of the scrum, chips it forward. They're gonna give them the red line at that point.
Wow.
We certainly didn't see that the other day. Face off over there, going in the corner. That one goes off of Cushing's face, and kind of made him
sure
peel back a little bit.
Yeah, and I think Davies was thinking, well, that puck was going high and wide and around the boards, but Cushing almost chest passed it to himself.
Shots on net, 10-4 in favor of the Avalanche, and they're up 2-0 from that early 2.5 minutes.
And that's really the only section of the game so far where they were completely dominated. Other than that, it's really evened out.
Amiro, nice pass down. Fitzgerald, stopping, starting, ducking under a check, getting some help from his brother Cullen. Cullen getting knocked down. Certainly undersized against both of the 2D there. Phillips knocking Cullen down.
Oh.
Leopold flattening Amiro, who was pinching in.
He sure did flatten him.
Dykins gains the blue line, 3-on-2. Cross ice pass, it's going to come to the middle. Fry with a shot off of a skating wide. Back to the point, Phillips goes cross ice to McCausland. McCausland's pass is knocked down nicely. Up through the middle, Fitzgerald's at the end of a shift and he's going to try to dump it in. Didn't get much on it. Phillips reverses it, Dykins didn't see it coming. Gates slips it back in and it's right back to Fry. Down low, Kyle Phillips. That would have been an icing, but Guino played it. Good check behind the boards there. Pemberton gets the puck at the point, slides it down low, nice pass down to Cook. Cook spins, goes behind the net, jumps over a stick, looking in front, goes to the point, cross ice to Pemberton. Pemberton's got some room, brings the puck in, shoots it, it goes off a body and just wide.
Big deflection there in front, sort of handcuffed Guino. Luckily for him, it went wide.
Yarmouth able to fire that puck down the ice. That's going to be an icing.
Trying to get a couple of quick changes before the whistle, and they were granted one of them.
We talked a lot yesterday about hybrid icing, and that was clarified for us by Julien, the coach of Paramba, who obviously was watching some of the games from their regionals that are happening in Chester right now. And he informed me in a text that no, that hybrid was just something they were trying out in the league, but we're back to school sport, Nova Scotia rules, which is no hybrid icing. Icing is icing is icing.
Like most things, they're probably going to migrate towards that. It was a pretty good experiment this year. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it creates more flow to the game, rewards people that are hustling,
Rewards hustle.
allows for stretch passes allows them just kind of looking to see whether or not there was going to be a retaliation from Potma on Doucette, because Potma was flattened
And there
at
was
the blue
not.
line.
That got deflected straight up into the girders. Might have a Sunrise face-off there, maybe?
Yep. 1 minute, 4 seconds to go in our opening period. There will be no flooding of the ice between periods 1 and 2. It'll just be 2 and 3 in this game.
Here's your replay of the big hit. Oh,
Who steadies himself first? Who steadies himself best?
yep.
Up through the middle, right on the stick of Doucette. Doucette comes in. Quick shot. That one sails. I had a lot on that one.
Sure did. That was a quick release. That was an Aldred release.
Flipping it back, looking for Maskin. He's going to get to the point. Held it nicely. Maskin looking for the puck. Tried to slide it past to Aldred. Didn't quite connect. Leopold, nice indirect pass to Fry. Fry's got player in front, but Dykins could not reach that puck. Well defended by Yarmouth. Broken up nicely by Sanford, the defenseman.
Yeah.
Making a terrific defensive play.
Yeah, that thwarted a sure scoring chance.
Fry with it. Fry's got Dykins trailing. Quick shot instead, right along the ice. Steered nicely into the corner by Guino. Up on the side, they were looking for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald finishes the check on McCausland, and Yarmouth gets the puck down low, just as the horn blows to end the first period. The Avonview Avalanche with a 2-0 lead over the Yarmouth Vikings, leading in shots 13-4, and they were 2 quick goals, Mark.
I think you said they were both within a minute 15, or maybe it was a minute 45. Avalanche opened up the scoring with Clark Dykins, and then less than a minute later, Leopold. 2-0 after 1.
It's good that Yarmouth seemed to settle down as that period went through. They couldn't handle the onslaught that Avonview came with. Avonview's going to come on you in waves, and so a couple things are going to happen. Guino's going to have to stand on his head again.
He is.
We're used to that all season long for something that has to happen for the Vikings, but he needs some help. And Yarmouth has to get some shots, has to get some actual scoring opportunities. The one real scoring opportunity they had was a mishandling of what should have been an easy shot by Davies.
Yes.
Came right into his belly. He thought he had it. He didn't. It was between his legs. And unfortunately for the Vikings, nobody could see it in time.
And Fitzgerald came close to pouncing on that. He saw it. He lunged for it, but he missed it. But it was very close.
Team switch ends, and with that constant pressure that the Avalanche have, right now, I'll say right away with the long change, Yarmouth has to really be leery of that, of being hemmed into their own end. They have to take advantage of the mesh. Don't ice the puck.
Yep.
Go too high over the glass.
Sure, yep.
Allows you to change. Nobody gets penalized for it, and it gets you out of your own end.
And when you're on the far side, it's pretty easy to just dump it into the bench.
Saunier, great move, shoots off the post, and it goes right back in underneath Jack Davies, and he sits on it to cover it up. What a great individual move by Riley Saunier.
Can we get a camera 3 replay of that? Did it hit the post and come back underneath Davies, and he just flopped down on it? Here it is. Ask and you shall receive. Beats him clean, hits the post, scoots back out into him.
Right back into him.
Oh. Whether he knows it's there or not, he closes the pads and hopes for the whistle.
Pass in front. That one's knocked down by Kerrigan. Kerrigan up along the boards. Corkum trying to get it out. Fitzgerald comes and helps out. Miller, great speed, takes it from him. Slides across a beautiful save. Rebound still there, and they're unable to bang it in the far side.
Guido steals one, and then Jesse Churchill flops out to make sure the rebound isn't banged in. What a display.
Corkum's going to wonder how he missed that one at the side of the net.
Look at him. He's robbed. I was robbed. Oh, Oreo Guido sliding across. Jesse Churchill flopping out to make sure the rebound isn't banged in. Here's your replay. Guido comes across, gets the glove out, can't completely contain it. Jesse Churchill flopping straight out across the crease to knock it away.
McCausland gets it towards Guino. That puck steered away. Fitzgerald circles back over to Gates on the far side. Up the middle. That pass picked off by the Avalanche, and they throw it back in. Guino stops it, plays on the backhand, gives it up, pass in front, goes off of Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald coming back to help, makes a nice move through the middle, avoids a couple forecheckers. Still weaving his way through, gets some help, chip forward. McCausland's going to dump the pass over to Phillips. Phillips, saucer pass, knocked down nicely at the line by Donchema, who throws it in.
He can't bring it in because Declan Fitzgerald was trapped deep, so he had to dump it in.
Up through the middle, picking that up is Cook. Cook had Dykins through the middle, but didn't pass to it, gives it up to him now. Dykins loses control, but McCausland backs him up, back to Dykins, to Guino. Guino poke checks it out. Colin Fitzgerald fans on the first clearing attempt, but the second one, Donchema, is at the end of a shift and goes in for the change. Exactly what he should have done. Don't extend the shift when you got nothing left.
This is the wrong period for Yarmouth to spend an extra 20 or 30 seconds on the ice.
McDonald with the wraparound, nice save, rebound, save number 2. Yarmouth comes in, digs the puck out of the corner. That's Cushing. Cushing can't stop that one. Back to McCausland. McCausland, nice move by him. Shot through a crowd, blocker save. Guino looking around the corner as Halliburton was right in front of him.
Guino would rather look around Halliburton than Leopold.
Halliburton with a couple shots. Guino with a couple saves. As in the first period, the Avalanche with extreme pressure in the early moments of the period. And Yarmouth, so far, unlike period 1, withstanding that pressure.
Yeah, they haven't turned it back around yet. It's only been 3 minutes, but they're trying to weather the storm.
Puck behind the net. Still great work by Avonview. Great forechecking, hemming Yarmouth in. Up along the boards, they're going to maintain control. Ledson with it. Takes a quick shot. That one sails high. Bounces on the near side to Miller. Miller ducks around to check and gets it to Corcoran behind the net. Miller spins, can't get the shot away. Back to McDonald. McDonald cross ice. Great quick work there by Pemberton to go skate to stick deep.
Doucette was all over him. That was almost a break.
Pemberton comes in, slides a pass in. Guino looking for it, and the pass goes behind him, but once again, Avonview unable to control it. McDonald slides in. There's the pass. McDonald's there, takes a shot. Guino dives in front of him and makes a blocker save.
Realized there was nowhere for him to pass it to, so just jumped out on top of him, and of course pushed off the post to get there, and we come a little bit free.
That allows both teams to make changes. Extended pressure by the Avalanche. Yarmouth just hanging on.
Here's Guino on the save. He pushes off the post, jumps right out.
Face off on the near side. Leopold wins it back to Kerrigan. Kerrigan chips it forward. Can't get it too far. Yarmouth comes up with it. Dumping the puck in, right onto Davies. Maskeen looking to forecheck, gets some help from Saunier. Saunier dumps it towards the net. Cushing, Maskeen, Saunier, all in the corner. They get it back to Sanford at the point. Sanford shot goes off of a skate. Saunier finds it. Saunier looking in front. Maskeen centers himself right in front of the goaltender. There's a shot. Missed that one by about a foot. Looking for that short side.
The top corner was open above Davies' glove, but it was too high.
It needs the perfect shot.
Yep.
Breaking in.
Ooh, Fry again, caught offside.
That's the second time.
Again expecting the pass or just unaware of exactly where he was? I gave him the benefit of the doubt the first time. Now I'm not sure.
Face off outside the Yarmouth blue line. 10:36 to go in our second period. McCausland goes cross ice to Phillips, who dumps it in right on Guino. Guino covers it up as Jed Halliburton was approaching him, and he decided, he never plays the puck, or he rarely plays the puck when he's down low.
Right.
When he's down low, he covers it. If he's going to play the puck, he's standing up because he's got two hands on the stick and can play it either forehand or backhand.
Yeah, to avoid some sort of an odd bounce, he'll go down to one knee and make sure he blocks the pass, and then he usually just freezes it.
Great save by Guino. It wasn't so much the save as how he batted the puck out of the air into the corner afterwards. Controlling his own rebound. Avonview dumps it in deep. Looking for Halliburton behind the net. Halliburton overskates it. Free puck there to Yarmouth. Sanford Up on the near side, cross ice pass. That's going to be picked off by McCausland. Good work by Yarmouth to jolt that free. Fitzgerald has his stick lifted. Takes a shot at Halliburton. Coming back in is Nippert. Nippert looked like he was in a bit of trouble there. He's trying to circle away from the trouble. Gets away from the forecheck. Finally gets the puck up to D'Entremont. D'Entremont can't control the pass and loses the puck. Miller comes in. Drops it off nicely to Ledson. Ledson has a trailer. Couldn't find him. As coming in late there was Kyle Phillips, and the pass by Miller. That's who he was looking for, but it went off, I think, the skate of a Yarmouth player from the trailing pass.
First 5 minutes of the second period, Yarmouth gave up 8 shots on goal. That's what came out of that first barrage of Avalanche pressure, just like the first period.
Good check along the back corner there by Yarmouth. Gates streaking down from his defensive position, putting at least a bit of pressure on McDonald. Stretch pass right onto Ledson. Ledson comes in, the shot. And Guino makes the save, controls the rebound for a whistle with 8:53 to go.
Top of the crease, Ledson had nothing to look at. Guino was in perfect position, came out, challenged him, and him right in the tummy.
Face off to the left of Guino, won by the Avalanche, but an errant pass that was intended for McDonald. Drives them back into their own blue line. Chip forward. Great anticipation by Gates, seeing where that pass was going and breaking it up at center. Fry has the puck deep, looking to center, goes off of the skate of Churchill. Back along the boards, McDonald gets a pass in, there's a shot! Pad save Guino as Fry brings it back and Guino sticks the right pad out.
He tried the poke check, couldn't get to it, but the right pad bailed him out.
Another shot,
another one.
And that one goes off the post, and Guino sliding over, knocks the post off the mooring again. And Guino standing on his head, as I said he would need to do for Yarmouth. Now can he get some help from his forwards and defense to get some pressure down the other way?
Here's another look at the toe coming out. Shots are now 4-1, 24-6. That's your goalie standing on his head. 22 saves to 6 saves.
And a couple of those 6 were just clear-ins by Yarmouth.
Yes, they were.
Best scoring attempt was actually Saulnier's post.
It was. That was terrific. Yeah, the fact that that didn't bounce in any other way and make this a one-score game, really surprising. Twice the puck's been on the ground, behind or underneath Davies, and he's unsure of exactly where it is. Both times he got the whistle.
Puck slides out to Cook. Cook being checked along the boards by Saulnier. Ripped up along the dash. Dasher comes back to Cook. Cook slides it in deep, skips over top of the stick of Halliburton. Yarmouth tries to slide it out. Good work there. Popman could control the line. Kerrigan being chased down by Saulnier. Saulnier forcing the pass, exactly what you want to do in the forecheck. Drawing the icing. That's going to allow Yarmouth, if they wish, to make a change and keep the Avon Avalanche on the ice.
And they were all ready to make that change. In fact, Popka was almost already to the bench and had to turn away.
Yarmouth just changing their defense. Sanford, Nippert come on the ice. Puck chipped forward. Yarmouth can't control it. Important to win those faceoffs. Kerrigan gains the line, gets it over to McKenzie. McKenzie throws it in deep, and Avonview makes a change. Back outside, Avonview has to tag up. They do. Nippert back in his own end. Circles. Does another circle. Chip forward. Overskating that puck was Wallace. Yarmouth does get it back to center ice. Popma dumps it right back in. He's going to get to Guino. Guino might just cover this up, and he does, as Corkum.
Got a little too close for...
a little too close for comfort.
Nippert's comfort, yeah.
And both of his defensemen turned for Corkum, so he had nobody to play it to anyway.
No, he had no choice, and he followed through a little bit closer just to make sure that Guino froze the puck.
Face off, one back by Avonview. Shot from the point. Easy save by Guino. I think they were looking for a deflection attempt there by Caleb Corkum. Corkum was positioned off to the side, but in front of the net.
From an offensive standpoint, the Avalanche don't do the circular round the house, keep it to the outside. They keep somebody in front of the net, whether it's a deflection or a pass, and they move them from deep in the slot to up into the crease to sort of get in between the defensemen that are trying to cover them.
And what's happening to Avonview, though, because they don't do that, and because so much of their offense is predicated on so much speed through the neutral zone and into the defensive zone, this is almost like a power play.
That's how they play it.
You know, as compared to where they normally, which is using speed, hitting the open man, sometimes a trailer. In this case, they've had to adapt because they've had so much pressure in the Viking zone. Great play by Yarmouth to get out of their own end. Lead pass up through the middle. Fitzgerald makes a move, trying to dig it out. He's going to get back to the point, held in. Shot flipped towards the net. Getting there first is going to be McCausland. McCausland loses it. Gets some help automatically from Miller. Miller up to Corkum. Corkum gains the blue line. Takes a big check, ends up being a back pass to Miller. Miller's got a trailer in the middle. If he can get it over, onto his backhand, slides it over. Another pass. It's going to get right back to Phillips. Phillips tries to get it in, gets right back to him. Cross ice pass to Miller. Miller comes in, there's a shot. The net couldn't be more off the moorings if you had tried. It's almost at the backboards.
I mean, there's pushing off the post to get yourself centered, and then there's pushing off the post. We're just under 6 minutes from a flood, and we're going to need it. Here's your Wilson Group replay. He slid,
that was
he
an
slid
earlier one.
across, he planted his foot down, yeah.
Face off, controlled. Pops over top of the stick of McDonald. He chases it back and goes cross ice to Pemberton. Pemberton to Fry. Fry knocks it down. Fry in all by himself. Cross ice pass, and Leopold couldn't get enough of it on the backhand. Circles around, gets it off to McDonald. McDonald can't find the puck. Hangs on to it though, keeps it back to Leopold. Down low to Fry. Fry pivots away from the forecheck. Cycles it down low to Leopold. Leopold uses his body to protect the puck. Looks in front. Oh, and just off the stick of Dykens. Back to Fry. Fry with a shot. And Guino sees it coming all the way. And the shots keep piling up with 5:14 to go in the second period.
Dykens, Leopold, and Fry, you'd swear you're facing a power play. That's just their average line. They put a lot of pressure on everybody that they face. And the shots are now out of hand. They're approaching ridiculous now.
The 4-1 advantage is one shot away from being 5-1. Puck comes out once again. Gaining control. Cross ice pass. Another save by Guino. In the corner, McKenzie trying to chip it forward. Gets back to the point. Potma gets it right into Guino. I think he was looking to siphon a pass into Jed Halliburton, but Halliburton was blocked away from that pass, and it gets straight to Guino instead. It was an easy save.
Avonview is always forcing the puck into the slot and into the middle. Sometimes it's a shot, sometimes it's a hope for a deflection. Sometimes it's like, let's throw it in there and see what happens. It can bounce off a leg. It could do anything. If we don't put the puck on the net, we're never going to score, so let's just keep peppering the goalie.
Halliburton behind the net again, ducks under a check, taking a look. Cycles it back down low. Good work by Cook. Couldn't get away from the check though. Nippert. Cook still has it. Second check coming in, this time from Saunier. Still digging with it though. Yarmouth throwing the body around, but not getting the puck out. Great work in the corner by both teams. Unfortunately, when that happens, frustration does set in. Yarmouth along the wall. Saunier gets it out to Maskin, but Maskin can't get it in. Halliburton doesn't know he has it. Quick shot, blocker save. Guino looking for it, covers it up. And really right there, that was terrific work by Halliburton, not even digging at it. Realizing what was going on, he could have easily, when you've just got the top of a blocker over top of a puck, that's usually a very diggable puck.
It sure is, and they also knew that they were end of a shift. They were looking to get a change. And quite frankly, they think they have the advantage on everybody. Now they've got an offensive zone face-off. Let's just start over, roll out a new line, and we're going to be ahead of them.
McCausland goes cross ice. That's just in. Phillips keeps it in. Ripped down low. Beautiful control by Avonview in this period. Pinching in is Ledson. Ledson with the puck. Back to McCausland. McCausland cross ice to Phillips. Looking for Ledson on the near side. Ledson chips it behind the net. That's Miller with it. Miller slides it down deep to Corkum. Corkum back to Miller. Back up high to Phillips. He'll go cross ice to McCausland. Ripped around the boards. It's like keep away right now. It's going to get back to Phillips. Phillips goes to the middle. Ledson with it. Goes to his backhand. I thought he was going to give it up. I thought he was going to give it up to Miller for the quick shot. He didn't. Yarmouth gets it. Along the boards, in the skates. Can't get it out. Miller with it. Miller tries to make a move. Stepping on the puck is Amiro. Miller spins away from the check. Loses it. It's going to get back to the point. Held in once again. McCausland still has it. I'm really surprised that Avonview hasn't at least tried to peel away a player at a time while they've got the play in the zone. Because they need to change right now, honestly, just as much as Yarmouth does.
They really do, and they've got the closer change, and there's the first one to go. Corkum came off. Fry's on.
Fitzgerald with it. Fitzgerald uses the net. That gains him some space.
Ledson and Miller joined them. They got all three forwards changed.
Fitzgerald
while
to the blue line.
While in control of the puck in the offensive zone, they managed the full line change.
All the way down the ice, and it really doesn't matter about the change because, as you said, they got the full line change.
No, that actually benefited them now, and now they've got fresh legs to have a defensive face-off. Davies tried to stay loose and stay mentally active for.
You've got to keep moving. You've got to play mental games. You've got to, if you've got the time and the puck's way down the other end, even do some of your lateral sliding. Like, you've got to do something to keep your mind and body into the game because nothing's worse.
You can't zone out.
Especially when it's just a 2-goal lead.
Yeah.
For all of a sudden, a puck like this to come out and a shot to get through, and all of a sudden it's a 1-goal lead, and as a goaltender, and I've been there, where a team has severely outplayed somebody and you just feel horrible when you let, 1 out of 5 shots in.
They only count the goals. They don't count the shots on goal. That doesn't matter.
Another blocker save by Guino as the Avonview shots keep piling up. McDonald at the line gets it down deep to Dykins. Back to McDonald. Good work along the boards there by Cushing, trying to dig it out but can't. Leopold has some room at the center. Takes a backhander. That slides wide. Picks up the rebound. Backhand pass. That's knocked down nicely by Gase. And Yarmouth flips the puck gently down the ice. That's going to send Pemberton into his own end. Doucette chasing him down. Doucette knocks him down. Good back check by Doucette. Cook comes in. He's got players in the middle. Gets the pass. Leopold on the backhand. Slides it over. Great defensive work by Nippert to lift the stick and take away the shot. Leopold spins away and slides in the shot. It was only a matter of time as it's 1 minute and 9 seconds to go in period number 2 before the Avalanche get that 3rd goal.
Just prior to that, Leopold had a great chance. He had the backhand over. Guino slid to take it. He slid it back across to try to set up Miller. It didn't work. Guino made that save. Leopold got a little bit of a spinning backhand one there.
Face off, won by the Avalanche. Back in their own zone. Cook looking for the stretch pass. Yarmouth seeing that, but the stretch pass comes just a little too late. At this point, Avonview might be happy just getting back into their own zone. Sonia with a shot. Easy pad save by Davies. Thankful of the shot, I'm sure. He actually would probably right now like a little bit of work. Nothing too dangerous, but at least a little work.
Yeah.
Avonview flips it in. Saunier being chased down from behind by Halliburton. Makes a nice move through the middle. Zigzagging his way through traffic. Gets it up to Maskeen off of his skate and onto the stick of Kerrigan. Avonview chips it down. There's going to be no icing. They say it deflects off of the Yarmouth stick. Up along to Saunier. Cook Good work along the boards to keep it in deep. 11 seconds to go in the period. Back to Kerrigan. Kerrigan shot, bouncing puck, held on to by Guino. And that 4-1, 5-1, and now 6-1 ratio of shots for Avonview over Yarmouth right now with 6.8 seconds to go in the second.
Yarmouth currently 2 shots on goal this period.
Face off on the near side with a quick win. Avonview can certainly get one more shot away. Up in the corner, and with just 2 seconds left, there's the horn, ending period number 2. So only 1 goal in that period, Mark, but what were the shots on net? I'd be more impressed with knowing that number.
So what do we got? 36 and 6 after 2. So Yarmouth got 2 in the second period and 23 for the Avalanche, and they gave the only second period goal to Cook. I thought Dyken spun around and got it, but they gave him the assist and Miller the assist, so Cook must have deflected it past Guino.
Oh, okay, we missed that.
Yep.
So we've got a 3-0 dominant performance by Avonview. It's not dominant on the scoreboard yet,
no,
but
it's
dominant on the shots on net with a 6-1 advantage.
It's a total anybody's game after 30 minutes, shockingly.
But Yarmouth has to play a lot better for that to happen. Or they have to get some great puck luck, one of the two.
They have to start the third period like it was started against them the first 2 periods. The 5-minute flurry, second period didn't result in any goals, but the shots skyrocketed, and then you could see the Vikings defensively were flustered, and they were chasing. Most of the second period looked like 5-on-4, and it wasn't. It was 5-on-5. There were no second period penalties.
Right. Once again, Stride Media would like to thank everyone for watching our streaming coverage of the 2026 Division I Regional High School Hockey Tournament, coming to you from the Yarmouth Mariners Center. We're going to take a break while the Zamboni cleans the ice. We'll be back for the start of period number 3. Thanks for joining us.
One more time. I'm just feeling celebration tonight. Celebrate, don't wait too late. No, we don't stop. You can't stop. We're gonna celebrate one more time. One more time. One more time. A celebration. You know we're gonna do it right tonight. Hey, just feel it. Music's got me feeling the need. Yeah. Come on. All right. We're gonna celebrate one more time. Celebrate and dance so free. Music's got me feeling so free. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more time. Music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate. Celebrate and dance so free. One more.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Welcome back for the third period of play. The Avon View Avalanche and your Yarmouth High Vikings.
Welcome back, hockey fans. Trident Media's continuing coverage of the 2026 Division I Regional High School Hockey Tournament. We're about to start period number 3 with the Avon View Avalanche up against the Yarmouth Vikings, 3-0, and it has been, Mark, a one-sided affair in this game.
We're used to seeing Yarmouth being outshot, but not at a 6-1 margin. This is very one-sided. You like to say the ice has been tilted. It's been tilted. It's a 45-degree tilt.
Back behind the net, Guino plays it, trying to get it up to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald backs up. And in both of the last two periods, Avon View started extremely strong. We'll see whether or not they continue that trend. Quick shot by Phillips. Guino Slides up against the short side to take that away. Back behind the net. Cook rips it back. Gets a return pass. Back and forth they go. Cook has it again. Looking for Halliburton. Can't get there. Fitzgerald uses the boards to get it up. Reading it right away is McCausland, and they dump it right back in.
This is the early period pressure we've seen now.
Gates rips it around the boards. That's a good hockey IQ play there by Corkum.
Not playing it just to make sure.
Yarmouth looked like they were going to get the puck. Quick stop. Fresh ice for everybody. That's going to be interesting just to begin with. Up along the middle to Corkum. He slides it nicely to Ledson. Ledson with a shot. Another save by Guino. That's going to be my rinse and repeat. And I think we have a blade issue for Fitzgerald as the referee slides him over.
That's happened to him before, earlier in the year. Yeah, look, he's delivering it now.
I mean, there's the pros and cons. It's very easy to get a sharp blade in because they snap in and out, but unfortunately, occasionally, they snap out when they're not supposed to.
They pop out unintentionally.
Face off one back by Aldred. Up around the boards to Cushing. Cushing chips it. Trying to get Doucette in the middle, but Potma's going to get there first as he retreats back into his own zone. Lead pass to Ledson. Thrown right back in by Nippert. Potma behind his own net. Loses control. Spins away from the check. Good work once again by Cushing. Applying some pressure and some forechecking against the Avalanche. Up on the near side, Drake Ledson with it. Ledson carries some good speed, comes in, there's a shot, blocker save, and the rebound steered aside nicely by Aldred. Aldred uses the boards to get it to Cushing. Doucette's going to probably go through the middle. He does, but can't receive the pass. Aldred picks it up. Doucette finally backs it, tries to backhand it in. Yarmouth making changes. There's going to be some room. Cross ice pass to Ledson. Avonview making changes as well as Ledson rips it around the boards, looking for Fry along the far side. Saunier comes up with it. Masquine can't control the pass. Back into the corner to Fry. Fry trying to chip it forward, coming out with a Saunier. Saunier 1-on-2. Kick to the outside. Good defensive work in there by McDonald to get that stick into Saunier's grill, if you will, or into his feet to stop him from going to the outside.
Puck up over the boards, and I think it bounced off Lacouter's mask. He's got it perched on top of his melon.
Face off, one again by Avonview. That pass just out of the reach of Dykins, but he's skating in fast. Takes a shot, rebound, sliding right out there, but getting there first with a great stretch is number 17, Carter Amiro.
Yeah, Amiro prevented another good rebound attempt from Leopold.
Pass in front, that's going to slide right through everybody to Leopold. Leopold down low to Fry. Fry pass in front, shot, nice save. Great bang bang play to Dykins. Back along the corner, Dykins trying to chip the puck free. Fry has it, Fry gets it to Leopold. Leopold takes a quick shot. Weak angle shot, just getting the paddle down easily was Guino. That's one of those, we'll just fire it towards the net and see what happens for a rebound.
I mean, he's made so many terrific saves. You'd hate to see some fluky thing going now, but it happens all the time.
Leopold down low to Fry. Back along the corners, coming back for it is Wallace. Wallace chips it high up and into the timekeeper's booth for a whistle with 11:13 to go.
Yeah, here's a replay of Guino falling back into the crease, down into the butterfly. Clearing it up prevents Leopold from getting an extra chance at it too.
Face off, back to the point. On the near side to Phillips, wrist shot. That goes off of Gates's legs. Cullen Fitzgerald tries to hit his brother going up through the middle, but the Avalanche are going to dump it right back in. Gates sets up behind his own net. He's got some room. Veers away from the forecheck. Up through the middle, nice exit pass by the Vikings. Fitzgerald spins, passes it in front. Back to Gates, there's a shot.
I think Declan got a blade on that, tried to deflect that downwards.
Another shot into the middle. Fitzgerald can't get the shot through. Back to Gates, and Gates can't handle the bouncing puck and has to retreat into his own zone. One of the few times we've seen some offensive pressure for the Vikings, though.
A little bit of Vikings pressure there.
Right back to Gates. Gates high up the glass. Looking for Aldred. Potma gets it back in. Gates again. He'll go cross ice. Looking for Doucette. Doucette chips it forward. Up along the boards. Aldred dumps it in. That's Doucette taking a big check, but trying to slide the puck in deep for the Vikings. High off the glass. Nippert holds just past the blue line. Being pestered from behind by Miller, but he does fire it in deep. Potma behind his own net for the Avalanche. Spins away from trouble, takes the check, but gives it up to Miller. Miller to Kerrigan. Kerrigan up the near side to Corkum. Corkum with the stick lifted, fights back, chips it in. Good work by Corkum as being pestered by Declan Fitzgerald. Yarmouth chips it high. That's knocked down with a high stick. But Yarmouth plays it first, so there's the puck remains active. Up along the far side, Doucette can't play that. Aldridge looking to play it, but instead it's Dykins that brings it back into his own zone. Pemberton, bouncing puck, played by Guino. That's always tough, those bouncing pucks. You have no idea which way they're going to bounce sometimes. Oh, Leopold right in front as that pass was broken up nicely by Yarmouth, as he was right on the doorstep looking to bang in that quick centering pass from behind the net.
That was a great chance, and that's what they do. They feed the slot constantly.
Dykins chips it in. Chip forward, looking for Fry. Back to the point. McDonald gets it in deep. Dykins slides it back. Oh, I thought that was going to be picked off. Instead, and this is what might happen at the end of this game.
Yeah.
As the punching continues. Sanford getting some shots in from behind.
The puck was free for a second, and I can see Dykins came into it. Nippert had none of it.
And we'll see who goes to the box. It's certainly this certainly can't be a no call. Nippert's certainly number one.
And I'm going to guess, is Fry heading over there?
I'm not sure anything. Well, they're bringing the face off.
Yep.
Fry and Dykins go on the bench.
Ooh.
I think it could be a pair of off. Well, no, the door's still open on the Yarmouth side.
They're not getting Guino, are they? Going to have somebody serve Guino's penalty. D'Entremont trying to work out the kinks.
Door's still open. There's still nothing on the scoreboard, which tells me we've got offsetting penalties somehow.
Yep, so Fry with the extra 2, it looks like.
So that all makes sense based on the fact that everyone was going down into the Avalanche zone, but we weren't seeing any actual calls that way.
No.
So a power play advantage, somehow, for the Yarmouth Vikings. Avenue gets that opening face-off, throws it down the ice. I assume it's going to be either head contacts or roughing after the whistles.
Roughing after the whistle, probably.
Avenue briefly picks that puck away.
All 3 2-minute minors for roughing after the whistle.
There we go.
And I guess 2 of them are going to offset, so they're only going to count Fry's as a possible 5-on-4.
Hooking penalty as it looked like a good forecheck, but I think Brandon Cook is going to get called on a hooking penalty as he takes down Declan Fitzgerald. That's going to be a 2-man advantage for the Yarmouth Vikings for 1 minute and 25 seconds. A golden opportunity here midway through period 3 to get back into this on the scoreboard close game. And here's the penalty.
In a 3-goal game, being severely outshot and played, this is exactly what Yarmouth needs to get back into this. Exactly.
Great stick by Kerrigan, breaking up that backdoor play by Yarmouth. Yarmouth behind the net, gaining control. Nobody in front, though. Saunier taking a look. Aldred sets up. Saunier with a shot. Glove save by Davies. And Davies going to be asked to actually do something he hasn't been asked to do a lot in this game, and that is stand tall.
This goes back to what you were saying about staying loose and staying focused. And boy, they're going to need him now because he's going to see some pucks over the next minute or so.
Face off, won by Yarmouth. Gates slides it over to Aldred. Aldred's got room, brings it in, carries it in, slides it down low. Wraparound attempt. There's a shot by Sanford. And that's going to be flipped down the ice. Sanford back from his, in the last 2 games since the injury to Green, defensive position, back up to forward here on the power play.
Yeah, it makes sense with the power play because Aldred's going to play the point.
Saunier can't get by Leopold. Racing up for it is Pemberton, and Yarmouth, even though they have 2-man advantage, having trouble getting through the neutral zone. Fitzgerald, once again, great stick by Leopold, able to knock that down. In comes Gates. Gates gains the blue line, still 20 seconds to go. Good shot, save, rebound behind the net to Gates. 2-man advantage, 13 seconds left on that. Dump down low. Back up to Gates. Gates winds up, but gives it up to Aldred. Aldred slides a cross-ice pass, unable to connect with Fitzgerald. 1 penalty over. Puck behind the net. And that's going to be a hand pass with Sanford plays the puck, and that's going to bring the face-off out.
Just 1 shot on goal with 1:10, 2-man advantage. That's all they managed. A lot of passing, a lot of control, but maybe too much passing.
Since I mentioned Sanford's name, quick shout out to his grandparents, Les and Eleanor Sanford, usually watching from home, watching their grandson. Les, way back in the day, was my chemistry teacher in high school.
Nice.
Back when chemistry was just being invented.
Yes. Science mattered. Terrific.
Yarmouth still with 15 seconds on a 1-man advantage. Fitzgerald still on the ice. Avon gets it, and we've got a penalty, and this one's going to be McCausland. Behind the play, didn't see it happen. I saw his hung head, and Fitzgerald on his rear end in the corner.
Declan Fitzgerald in the middle of something? Let's see the replay. Here's your Wilson Group replay. Declan's forechecking. Oh, that's...
Yeah, that was...
Boy, that could be 4, and it was only 2.
Smart move by the timeout. Once again, a 2-man advantage, although only for 8 seconds, but it
allows
carries
you to win
over.
Allows you to win that draw, yeah, and
get the people out that you want out, and we all know who those people are.
Yeah, and boy, fortunate for Avonview that McCausland only got 2 there. That seemed like
that seemed 4-worthy.
A forearm or an elbow or maybe the back of the hand, but I mean it was clearly to Declan Fitzgerald's face mask. So luckily that was only 2 for head contact.
And we talked about the Avalanche not being a penalty-ridden team, and through the first 2 periods they certainly weren't. But I won't say the rails are coming off by any stint, but they've still got 8 shots this period to 3. They're still out shooting Yarmouth 8-3 in this period.
They are. I mean, and they have 5 penalties this game to Yarmouth's 2.
Yarmouth controls. Saunier with it. They want to take advantage of this 2-man advantage while they have it. 2-man advantage over. Gates at the top of the blue line, slides it down to Aldred. Aldred back to Gates. If Gates is going to shoot from there, you want rebounders. There's a shot, that goes wide. Fitzgerald picks the puck up, slides it back down low to Aldred. Aldred, Sanford. Aldred, back up to the point to Gates. Gates walks in, slides it over to Aldred. Aldred down low to Sanford. Sanford tries the wraparound and just misses the far side. That is one of Yarmouth's set plays. Back down low, Saunier. Trying to slide it back to Sanford, kicking it to him. They're getting it back. Fitzgerald with it. The puck nice and deep Fitzgerald spins away from Cook. He's got some room, brings it down low. Great stick in there by Carrion to knock it puck free and fire it down the ice halfway through the penalty. Sanford chips it forward. Avonview finds it. That goes off the back of Aldred's leg, but the secondary shot finds its way all the way down the ice. Gates carries some speed up to the neutral zone, gains the blue line. Through the defense, comes in, shoots. A great individual move, but then fires it right onto the crest of Jack Davies.
Best scoring chance of the period for Yarmouth, though. Really good move by Gates. Came in and flipped it back over to his forehand, but it was in a little too close and really had nowhere to go with it. And Davies played the odds down into the butterfly and hit him in the pads.
32 seconds left in the power play opportunity for Yarmouth. Avonview can't clear it. Bouncing puck, though, skips over Saunier's stick as he retreats to his own blue line. Being pestered and hounded by Corkum. Corkum will mirror him from in front of the net. That pass is going to get picked off by Miller along the boards. Miller pivoting away from checks, takes a big one from Saunier. That at least dislodges the puck for Aldred. 2 seconds left on the power play. Back up to Saunier. 5-on-5 hockey as Saunier comes in. Drops it off the Gates and it's going to be picked off by Miller. That stretch pass goes off of Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald can't dig the puck away from McDonald, though. Good stick by McDonald. Good keeping the stick heavy. Chip forward. Amiro trying to get it out, gets to the line and out, coming back is Saunier. Saunier at the end of a full 2-minute shift being chased down. There's a shot just wide. Rebound, doesn't matter, the net's well off as the defenseman comes sliding into his own goaltender. We're gonna have to hope he wasn't hurt.
Ledson was flying down the ice to try to catch up to him. He gets the puck away, so there's no problem, but Davies takes a pretty good shot there.
Friendly fire.
Seems to be okay.
I'm surprised that Saunier had anything left. He was on for the entire 2-minute power play. Now, don't get me wrong, you're on for that stretch, but you're not skating a lot.
No,
it's a lot of outside, but you're still on.
But Avonview had just changed, and so they're tracking him down. If the rink was 5 feet longer, he'd have caught him. There wouldn't have been a shot on net at all.
Face off, one into the corner. Slipped around the near side to Phillips. Phillips goes cross ice. That's knocked down. Is it still Saunier? No, that's Fitzgerald. Phillips fires the puck in, right on Guino. Guino leaves it there for Grant. Grant loses it to Fry. Leopold trying to dislodge the puck, does on the backhand, and that shot just sails by the far side. Maskeen gathers the puck, loses it, finds it again. Nice cross-ice pass right onto the stick of Cushing. Cushing trying to get around Kerrigan, controlling the puck. Kerrigan, great stick, gets the puck up to Leopold. Leopold flips a pass into center. Yarmouth gains control, but goes right back to the Avalanche. Phillips back behind his own net. Probably going to come up to Dykins. He does. Dykins can't control it, and Fitzgerald fires it right back in. Maskeen trying to chase down Phillips. Phillips has some room now. That's going to be offside. Make it 3 for Fry on the far side. Having trouble discerning where that blue line starts and stops.
That wasn't even close. And nearly 100 years ago, they decided to just paint the ice where the blue lines are so you knew instead of just guessing.
Two minutes, 12 seconds to go in the game. Gates with it. He'll get the return pass. Cross ice, looking for D'Entremont. Wallace picks that up, gets it to the red line, but fired back in, and Gates has control again. Cross ice to Churchill. Churchill up through the middle. Back to Gates. Tic-tac-toe to Wallace. Wallace 1-on-3. Fires it towards Davies, who easily steers it in the corner where McCausland picks it up. That's going to make it down the ice. They're going to say it went off of a Yarmouth player. No icing. Gates behind his own net, uses the boards to chase it down himself. Finally gets it, chips it forward, looking for Donchema. Donchema gets his stick in there, but not the rest of them.
Avonview still playing more offensively than they did the last 2 games. Once they sort of got the lead, you could see it was kind of just keep the lead. They're not. They're continuing to pressure. It's been working all day. The shots are outrageous. They're 4-1.
But it was 6-1.
But it was 6-1.
Last minute play as Miller fires a shot towards the net. Ledson with it, tries to center it. It's knocked down. Gates, stick handles, loses it. Miller trying to get his stick free. Finds the puck. Pinning it against the boards. He's happy just to keep it down here. Both teams fighting for it. Referee's going to blow that down as one player falls down, and that was Miller. And as soon as a player goes down, it's an injury thing.
Sure,
they don't want people digging away.
They're going to keep hacking away at it. Then you're going to get a retribution hack.
Yeah, and we already seen that midway through this period, and they'd rather this game just end the way it is with none of that.
Yeah. Outside of that little threesome for roughing after the whistle, it's been clean.
And the forearm shiver. Swinging shot. Halliburton. And Guino trying to whack that one out of the air. McKenzie in the corner. Just got to keep it down low. 26 seconds to go. Up to the boards. Held in easily by Phillips, who dumps it inbound deep again. Aldrich back to the point. Yarmouth looking for one last rush. Doucette with it. He's going to fire it on Davies. Blocker save into the corner. 10 seconds to go as Kerrigan picks up the puck. And he might just stay there. If Yarmouth doesn't pressure, they're going to be happy to let the clock run out. And that's exactly what it does. Shots on net and 44-12 for the Avalanche. No scoring in period number 3.
Nope, 4 minor penalties, no scoring.
Our final, make it the Avonview Avalanche 3, the Yarmouth Vikings no score. Final thoughts on the game. We can't help but give full marks to 2 things. Avonview as a team and Guino as a goaltender.
Absolutely, and for once we had sensible shots on goal. Avalanche 8 in the 3rd period and Yarmouth 6. So once they again got past that barrage at the start of the 3rd, it was pretty even. Without Guino, this game is 6-zip, 7-zip maybe.
How this game didn't go to straight time in period number 2 is, well, we know why.
Yeah, we know why.
And it's Oriol Guino.
Kudos for Oriol Guino. He this was a game right up until 5 or 6 minutes left in the 3rd because of that man.
All right. I'd like to thank everyone for joining Trident Media's coverage of the 2026 Division I Regional High School Hockey Tournament. Once again, we'll make the final, the Avonview Avalanche 3, the Yarmouth Vikings no score. We're going to be right back at, well, it's supposed to be 10:30. It'll probably be about a 10:35 start with the West Kings Wolverines versus the Parkview Panthers. On behalf of myself, David Doucette, my partner today, Mark O'Connell, I'd like to thank everyone for joining our coverage and hope you'll continue to join our coverage. This is just game 1 of 5 today before Sunday's championship game. Bye for now.